How's it going, Top Forest TV? My name is Jack, and welcome to my preview for Nottingham Forest versus Manchester United taking place at the City Ground tomorrow. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. I don't know why, but part of me thinks we might be able to sneak something from this game. I'm kind of a bit buoyed by the Manchester United result against Sevilla. Now, I don't know, they started off exceptionally well, Man United. They looked so dangerous. From what I didn't watch the full game, but from the highlights I've seen and things, they look the best I've seen them in a long, long time. Really free-flowing attacking football, knocking it about nicely, creating chances. Martial was looking dangerous, Sabitzer, but I don't know, they collapsed, they crumbled. 2 own goals, a Malacia and a Maguire own goal in the last 10 minutes, really caused a downfall, if you will, a crumbling, and maybe that's affected their mindset a little bit. Martinez is out. He picked up an injury, which is probably going to rule him out for the remainder of the campaign. You've got Varane, who's out. Rashford's out. Rashford causes no end of problems at the City Ground in the Carabao Cup. They've got a decent, well, not decent, but they've got a list of injuries, which are ruling out some players who are quite vital to the way that they play. Rashford's been magnificent this season for Man United, especially since the World Cup. He's been a man possessed, really. He's been fantastic, and they're still a fantastic side, United. They've still got players that are, quite a lot better than what we have to offer. Bruno Fernandes is a player who's played almost every minute of every game this season, and he's fantastic. They've got the likes of Martial, who looks to have sort of recovered from his injury a little bit, and he was causing no end of problems again for Sevilla. So, they have some really good players, and players that are going to cause problems. I'm not sure on the availability of Casemiro. I'm not sure if he's playing or if he's not playing. I don't know, but again, he's been fantastic for them, and he's someone that I've really noticed make a big difference to Man United. Someone that's allowing other players to be a bit more free. He can kind of be a one-man defensive midfield unit, kind of like what you sort of see with Rodri, for example, for Manchester City, Partey for to an extent with Arsenal. You see the likes of Fred, who before Casemiro came in, you kind of needed Fred and McTominay together, sort of one picking up the slack where the other person maybe doesn't quite have the ability. For example, like say McTominay isn't the best at carrying the ball, Fred is better at that, so he would kind of facilitate that area, but then you kind of say McTominay's a bit better defensively than Fred, so they kind of needed 2 to do that role, whereas they've got one in Casemiro who's a complete all-rounder. His ability to do that is fantastic, and then it allows someone like Fred to express himself a bit more and not have to worry about the side of his game that he lacks in, and just focus on making the most out of what he's good at. So they're still a fantastic side, Manchester United, and they're strong favourites for this one, and they should be getting all 3 points without too much of an issue. However, I've just got a feeling, I don't know why, but I've just got a feeling that we could get something, and maybe that's just a draw, and a draw is something I would take. I'd slap my hand off for a point. We're in a position where we're struggling, we're in the drop zone, but a point is enough to take us out. We are level on points with Everton. However, our goal difference is quite a bit worse. We've got the worst goal difference in the entire division. So yes, you look at our situation, and yeah, we're in the relegation zone. It's a bit doom and gloom, but we're only a point away, and I don't know why, but that's kind of made me believe a little bit more. Like, you know what? Like, Everton got beaten today by Fulham. Southampton and Leicester both lost, so we're not sort of getting dragged further downwards. Unfortunately, Bournemouth beat Spurs. That really annoyed me. Come on, Spurs. Wolves pulled away a little bit, beating Brentford. Palace beat Southampton, so they've moved away a little bit. West Ham got Arsenal tomorrow, so they probably will lose that one. But I don't know. You look at it and you're like, come on, Jack, what are you on about? You know, your team can't play a string of passes together. You've been really poor of late. Why are you thinking that you can get anything against Man United? I don't know. But something inside me, I don't know if it's just my optimism, and just hoping that maybe something might change. But I just have a feeling we're at home. United have just come off the back of a performance that they put so much into and got nothing out of in real sort of, I don't know what the word I'm trying to think of. If you really look at it, they're going back to Spain or over to Spain with no advantage, with zero really. They may as well have not even played that game because away goals and stuff don't count. So that game to them is basically void. They put in so much effort to a game that's now void because there's no advantage on the goal difference in terms of aggregate, nothing. So, hopefully their mindset's thinking, oh, that was a missed opportunity, this, that and the other. They're beating themselves up a little bit, licking their wounds, and we can kind of pounce on that a little bit. But I think, being at home against a top six side has kind of brought the best out of us in a lot of senses, really. I mean, you look at the big six, if you will. Tottenham, okay, early on in the season we lost, but we put in a really good shift. And I think on a different day we could maybe have picked up a draw. Liverpool we beat. We beat Liverpool. A 1-0 win early on in the season. Fantastic. Chelsea we drew with. We picked up a 1-0 draw, which was, really, really great. Should have probably won that on New Year's Day. Then Manchester City came to the City Ground. A 1-0 draw again. Okay, Man United came in the League Cup and won 3-0. But we really turned up and we should have, maybe gone in drawing at half time with a goal that was just narrowly given as offside, which was offside. Very, very closely offside, but it still was. But I don't know. Arsenal still to play. They're coming up in a couple of weeks' time. The last home game of the season, actually. A few more than a couple, but you know what I'm saying. I don't know. We tend to turn up when the big six come to the City Ground and get something from it. If it's another 1-0 draw, man, I will take it. Anything to be out of that bottom three. I think it just, for us fans, like being out of the bottom three, even if we know it's a difficult road ahead, it just, for me, definitely, it's kind of like a mental thing where I'm a bit like, a little bit less stressed. I can look at the table and be like, right, okay, we're not in the relegation zone. We still have things to do and time to go, but it's a bit like, yes, look, we're not in the relegation zone. It's a bit more, we can relax that slightly bit more. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking we can maybe get something from this one. The way that we like to turn up, it's an evening-ish game, late afternoon, on Sky. The fans are going to be on it, as we always are at the City Ground. I can feel something. I can feel us nicking something. I'm really, really hoping that I'm right. I really hope I'm right. But I could see us maybe, just maybe getting something out of this. I could be totally wrong. We could get absolutely wiped clean. But I just feel like maybe there's a chance we could maybe get a draw. Or maybe sneak a little 1-0. I don't know. I'm hoping I'm right, but I could be wrong. In terms of the starting 11 then, I think we go 5 at the back. Because I think you look at the Villa game, and first half, it worked. The game plan would have been, go there and stay solid, don't concede in the first half. Anything else you do going forward is a bonus. Just stay solid and don't concede. And we did that. It wasn't until we conceded, and I'm not going to go into that anymore because I'll probably end up losing my head, but it wasn't until we conceded that whole plan had to change. So who knows whether, if that goal didn't go in, if, say, for example, Shelby put his foot through it, as he should have done, and we didn't concede, who knows how that game could have gone? We could have kept in that formation, kept in that mentality, that mindset, and gone on and got a point. Or maybe gone on and nicked all 3 points with a late goal, who knows? So, I think that shows a bit of positivity, I say positivity, playing negative football, but that shows that, look, we can maybe get something if we use that formation. So I'd go Navas in goal, the back five. Not sure how Aurier's doing fitness-wise. Ideally, I'd like him in at right wing-back, but it might have to be Williams. Left wing-back, I know Loddy's still probably out, so Toffolo could go in there. The 3 centre-backs then, we'll have Joe Worrell, I think, on the right. I think in a 3, he's a bit more protected than maybe in a 4. Who else do we have in centre back? Felipe. I think Felipe probably on the left hand side. He's someone that, despite how we've not been very good at all, and we've struggled, and we've not played well as a side, as somebody on his own, as more of a individual, he's someone that can, I guess, hold his head up high as someone who's really done well. He's put in a shift. He's made it so that he's not at fault. He's kept scorelines down, to be honest. He's made it difficult, or a little bit more difficult than it would have been without him for the opposition. So I think he can really put his head up high as one of the players who has done well and who has shown a good bit of, a good, what would the word be, performance, I guess, a good showing, if you will. And then the other centre-back, probably Moussa Niakate. He did have to go off against Villa. I don't know whether that means he's unfit. Hopefully he'll be fine. Some were saying it might have been the fact that he's observing Ramadan, and it might have caught up on him a little bit. Sort of the lack of food and drink, maybe. I don't know. I could be totally wrong there. But I'll probably go with those as our back 3, or back 5, if you will, with the 2 wing-backs. Yeah, who else do we have at centre-back who could come in? McKenna, left centre-back. Potentially he's a naturally left-footed centre-back, I don't know. But I'll go with those at the back. I think, like I say, the first half, it worked. So hopefully we can go with that again. Midfield 2 for me is a difficult one. Kouyaté would have been in there, but he had to be taken off with another injury. So that's a real shame. I think we've got 11 injuries in total, which is bizarre. Like that's madness. We could field a whole 11 of injured players, which is not good. Oriol Mangala in midfield then for me, alongside. I don't want to play Shelby. I think I've read this on Twitter, and I do really agree with it. I think he might be kind of hindering Morgan Gibbs-White a little bit, because it seems as though he might be kind of, with the long balls he likes to play, stopping the ball getting to Gibbs-White. We just need sort of someone who can link the play. So take the ball, the defence come out, receive the ball, turn, play it to Gibbs-White, let Gibbs-White cook, if you will. I don't know. It's a difficult one. Do we go with Danilo? But then I don't know if Danilo and Mangala work as a midfield too. I might get shot for this, but maybe Freuler. I know he's not someone that's very popular with NFFC fans. NFFC, I don't know why I said that. With Forest fans on Twitter. But for someone who can take the ball from the fence, turn and give it, that's what he can do. He's an experienced head. I'd probably play him. I know he's not the most popular man in the world or in Nottingham, but, yeah. I think he works for this. And then I'll go with Gibbs-White in behind Johnson and Awoniyi for me. I think Awoniyi's presence up front is a bit more of a physical presence. Someone who can hold it up a little bit, let Gibbs-White and Johnson run on, could be really important. And I just feel like feel a bit confident about this. I don't know why, but I really hope I'm right. In terms of the score, and then I'm going to go 1-1. A classic 1-1 against Big Six teams. Or maybe a 1-0. Let's say, my heart's saying 1-0, 1-1. My head's probably saying 3-0 Man United, and I'm completely chatting waffle. But we'll have to wait and see. Come on, Forest. Please, 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 please. So it's difficult. We've got a big run into the end of the season, and this isn't one of the games that you look at and think you need to win. Let's just have a quick look. I know I've rambled on for quite longer than I normally do this video, but I mean, who have we got that we could maybe get something against? Brentford is a team that I didn't see us getting anything from, but now they've lost to Wolves. I see Brentford as a target. I see Southampton at home as a definite 3 points. If we lose that, then just get us down. We don't deserve to be in the Premier League. Palace away, maybe. Brighton at home, no. So yeah, come on, Forest. I just feel like something could be happening. Something could be in the water for Forest to get something out of this one. I really hope so, but I could be totally wrong. If you did enjoy, smash the like button, subscribe if you are new around here and you haven't already, and please, come on, you Reds.